While executives were celebrating record cloud revenues just months ago, a quiet force has already erased over $2 trillion from SaaS valuations worldwide. The force isn't a rival software company or economic slowdown. It is autonomous AI agents that now handle complete business processes without ever needing a user login or per-seat license. This is the death of SaaS, IaaS, and PaaS as we have known them for 20 years, and the rapid rise of AI agents taking over the entire cloud ecosystem. To understand why this shift is happening so quickly, we must first examine the core limitations of the traditional cloud service models that dominated the last 2 decades. SaaS delivered sophisticated applications through subscription fees based on users or features. Businesses paid monthly for access to CRM systems, marketing automation platforms, analytics dashboards, and collaboration tools. Humans logged in, interacted with interfaces, entered data, reviewed reports, and made decisions. The software was passive, waiting for human input at every step. IaaS provided the raw building blocks like virtual machines, storage, and networking, allowing teams to build and run their own applications while managing servers and scaling manually. PaaS offered managed environments, databases, and development tools to speed up deployment without handling infrastructure details. All 3 models were built around human operators consuming capacity and features. AI agents flip this entire paradigm on its head. Instead of tools for humans, the product becomes the autonomous digital worker itself. You state a high-level goal in plain language, such as optimize inventory levels while reducing costs by 15%. And the agent takes ownership. It gathers data from your systems, reasons through options, calls necessary tools or APIs, executes actions, monitors outcomes, and adjusts in real time. Payment shifts to results achieved rather than seats or compute hours. This change collapses the value chain because one agent team can orchestrate across multiple backend systems without forcing migrations or additional subscriptions. The technical foundation enabling this disruption lies in advanced agent architectures that have matured rapidly. Every capable agent operates on a perception reasoning action loop supported by layered memory and tool integration. Perception involves processing your goal along with contextual data from emails, databases, logs, or real-time feeds. Agents use retrieval techniques to pull relevant information from vast knowledge bases, ensuring decisions stay grounded in your actual business data and minimizing errors. Reasoning and planning takes center stage next. The agent breaks the goal into subtasks, evaluates multiple strategies, estimates risks, and builds dynamic plans that adapt to new information. Advanced planning uses chain of thought processes or even simulation of scenarios before acting. This allows agents to handle complex, multi-step workflows that previously required teams of specialists. Memory systems transform agents from one-shot tools into reliable long-term collaborators. Short-term memory tracks the current task state, while long-term memory stores company policies, historical results, approved workflows, and lessons from past executions in vector databases. This persistence means agents remember your preferences and compliance rules, improving accuracy over time without constant retraining. Action happens through secure tool calling. Agents select from a registry of functions like querying data warehouses, updating records in CRM, provisioning resources, or triggering workflows. Each call is structured, auditable, and returns results that feed back into reasoning. For larger objectives, multi-agent systems come into play. Specialized agents collaborate, one for research, one for analysis, one for execution, one for compliance oversight, coordinated by a supervisor agent. Communication occurs through shared memory or message protocols, enabling parallel work, conflict resolution, and hierarchical delegation. The result is a digital workforce that scales, specializes, and collaborates like a high-performing team, but operates continuously without overhead. This architecture directly dismantles traditional SaaS models. SaaS relied on feature-rich interfaces and per-user pricing. Agents bypass interfaces entirely, pulling data via APIs and executing across systems. A single sales agent can now qualify leads, personalize outreach, schedule meetings, generate proposals, track contracts, and handle onboarding by integrating multiple legacy tools. Enterprises question why they pay for 15 separate subscriptions when agent teams deliver superior outcomes with less oversight. SaaS vendors that survive are pivoting to become secure data and orchestration hubs for agents, offering outcome-based pricing instead of seats. Those slow to adapt face accelerating churn as businesses unbundle suites in favor of lighter agent ecosystem. Market data shows IaaS expanding dramatically toward nearly $30 billion in 2026 as enterprises move away from rigid per-seat models toward flexible, goal-oriented intelligence layers. IaaS faces equally profound change. Built for human-managed applications, IaaS involve provisioning VMs, load balancers, and scaling groups with payments for reserved capacity. Agent workloads are event-driven and bursty. Fleets sit idle, then spike for parallel tasks during market events. Providers must support instant scaling, fine-grained billing, and agent-specific features like secure tool execution and lifecycle management. Value moves from raw compute to platforms that handle agent orchestration, non-human identities, and governance. Winners optimize for agent-native patterns, hybrid environments, and observability across swarms. Companies once locked into always-on clusters now pay mainly for delivered value on elastic infrastructure. This shift reimagines infrastructure as intent-driven and autonomous, with agents automating 60 to 80% of routine operations for significant cost reductions. PaaS evolves into the operating system for digital workforces. Previously focused on managed runtimes and CI/CD for code, it now supports model-agnostic agent deployment, memory management, secure tool registries, multi-agent communication, and evaluation frameworks that measure business outcomes. Enterprises treating PaaS as simple code hosting will lag behind those using it for full agent ecosystems. The old deploy your app model gives way to deploy your agent team and let them run processes autonomously. Cloud platforms are racing to provide pre-built orchestration runtimes and outcome analytics as core services. The economic implications are transformative. Cost structures move from fixed subscriptions to variable value-aligned fees. An agent saving millions in operations might charge a fraction in outcome payments, creating enormous leverage. Speed to value increases dramatically as agents self-configure in hours rather than weeks of development. Resilience improves with 24/7 operation, perfect knowledge retention, and no turnover. Talent shifts toward agent governance, strategy, and innovation, with demand rising for orchestration experts while routine tasks automate. Reports indicate that by the end of the decade, 35% of point product SaaS tools could be absorbed into larger agent ecosystems or replaced outright. Real enterprise workflows already demonstrate these gains. In customer support, agent teams triage tickets, retrieve histories from disparate systems, understand intent, execute approved actions like refunds, and draft responses, escalating only novel cases. Resolution times plummet while satisfaction matches or exceeds human levels through full knowledge access. Sales operations see agents qualify leads using internal and external signals, craft personalized sequences, negotiate calendars, and prepare briefings, freeing humans for high-value closing. Analytics agents monitor metrics, detect anomalies, hypothesize causes, run experiments, and recommend actions without manual SQL or BI tools. Finance and operations handle invoice processing, reconciliation, compliance, and dynamic resource allocation end-to-end. Multimodal agents further enhance this by processing voice, images, and documents seamlessly across workflows. Despite the promise, scaling agent systems requires addressing key challenges. Security demands least privilege controls for non-human identities, real-time monitoring, sandboxing, and auditable logs for compliance. Risks like reasoning drift are mitigated with human checkpoints for high-stakes actions, continuous evaluation, and rollback mechanisms. Scalability involves smart routing to avoid token waste, caching common tasks, and hierarchical designs. Legacy integrations push API modernization or middleware. Cost governance prevents runaway tool calls through budgets and alerts. Cultural adoption involves training teams to delegate confidently, with transparent decision explanations and clear escalation paths. Governance frameworks like decentralized agent meshes ensure reliability across hybrid environments. Looking forward, The agent economy leads to autonomous digital organizations. Business units may operate as persistent agent swarms that self-optimize. Marketing becomes self-improving collectives, designing, testing, analyzing, and reallocating budgets in real time. Supply chains self-heal by rerouting and predicting disruptions. Human roles focus on vision, exceptions, and ethics. Cloud providers compete on agent-native runtimes, memory fabrics, and outcome analytics. Marketplaces for specialized agents could emerge, creating new economic layers where IaaS becomes the dominant delivery model with explosive growth projected through the decade. Every SaaS, IaaS, and PaaS company must rebuild around this reality. Start by identifying high-volume processes for agent prototyping. Choose orchestration platforms supporting planning, memory, and tools. Instrument for business metric success. Embed governance from day one. Educate teams to view agents as colleagues. Organizations treating this as strategic re-architecture rather than incremental automation will lead the next era. The transition rewards those who modernize data architectures for agent scale, enforce quality standards, and evolve operating models toward hybrid human-agent teams. The death of traditional SaaS, IaaS, and PaaS isn't the end of cloud computing. It is its evolution into something far more powerful, an agent-as-a-service economy where intelligence itself becomes the core infrastructure. Companies embracing AI agents today position themselves to operate with unprecedented efficiency, adaptability, and competitive edge in the years ahead. The cloud is not dying. It is being reborn through agents that turn goals into results without the old constraints. If you work in data, AI, or cloud transformation, share in the comments the first workflow you plan to agentify and how this shift is impacting your organization. Your insights help shape future discussions. Hit like if this resonated, subscribe for more in-depth explorations of the technologies reshaping business, and enable notifications so you stay ahead in the agent economy. Until next time, keep building intelligently toward the future.